Listen, Yusei is my man. I love Yusei. Yusei is a cool character. 5D's pretty good series as well. The second half of the series, not as good as the first. You can tell that they were, not doing very well, not really thinking, and nothing is more apparent than when Yusei wins duels that he should have lost because it completely disrupts the plot. You see, there was one major duel he should have lost, but there's actually another one before that we actually have to go over until we get to the big one I really wanted to get into. See, when I was going to do this video, it was really just going to be Yusei versus Vizor, why he should have lost that duel. But we got to go back further against Yusei versus Ghost. So we're going back to the first episode of the second season, and everything is now hunky-dory. All the class system stuff seems to have been resolved somehow off screen. We don't know how. So yeah, to all the rich people that hated the poor people, yeah, everything is all cool now all of a sudden. Yusei's not seeing his friends from the first season. Remember those guys like Rally and everybody? Yeah, Yusei's not seeing them anymore. Things have changed because the writers have no idea what they're really doing at this point, and they're kind of clamoring, but they kind of have a small idea of where they want to take the series, and it's a very interesting route. So things start off with a mysterious duelist, Ghost, going around and beating people. Cool. How's this guy beating people? Well, the only person who could let us know is Ushio. And Ushio is all like, oh, you say I got beat, I'm all wrapped up and I'm all destroyed and everything. You gotta see it, this guy had an incredible strategy. We're never gonna be able to win. And Yusei just looking at this guy like, this guy's always taking L's. I don't see why I should listen to this guy. You don't need a brand new strategy to be freaking Ushio, whatever. So before he can even tell what happens, he's gone. That's it. I mean, he's not dead, but you know, he's gone. He can't tell him what's going on. So then Yusei just driving around, and then boom, a robot named Ghost is gonna go attack him, and he's like, okay, this is the guy, I gotta go duel against him. Everything's going all right until Ghost summons Mechlord Emperor Vizor, and this card is a threat. Ushio was telling the truth. There is a threat here. The Mechlords can absorb synchro monsters. Guess what? In 5Ds, everybody's using synchro monsters. That is the main form of play. That is your main extra deck mechanic. These cards are hard counters to your extra deck. It is bad. Stardust Dragon gets absorbed. Bad things are going down for Yusei. All of a sudden, boom, he digs deep. He was able to summon Majestic Star Dragon, take off Mechlord Vizor's head, defeat Ghost. Ooh, a pretty rough duel right out the gates, but he won. He defeated the brand new enemy, but that's not the end of the brand new enemy, you see, because that was just a little prototype duelist. See, there's a real enemy out there that Yusei has to go against. This is where we hit the first problem. You see, the Mechlords from here on out are supposed to be the big bad boss monsters of the series, and we just saw it get beat in the first major duel of season 2. How are we supposed to be afraid of these cards? We just saw Yusei beat the card already. I don't understand why Yusei had to win that duel. There is no tension in the series when you can already see that the monster was already defeated. Yet the series will keep going on as if this is some amazingly powerful monster. What are we gonna do about it? Just do the thing you did already. You already beat it. Why does it matter? Like, why did they have to protect Yusei so much they couldn't really make him lose? Okay, and I get it. You're probably gonna say, really? We're gonna make Yusei, the main character, lose to a jobber like Ghost? Why not make it Placido in the hood? You know, make it mysterious. He's going around testing out his brand new Mechlord card, seeing how it works in battle, and then he defeats Yusei with it. Why couldn't they just do that? Then they could establish Placido versus Yusei later on as a bigger deal, because now Yusei is fighting from the bottom, trying to defeat an enemy that defeated him once before. Heck, you could even do the thing where maybe Placido is going to win, but the duel has to get canceled for some reason. Maybe he left the oven on or something. I don't know. But Yusei defeating one of the big boss monsters of the series right out the gates, and then continuing the series as if this is supposed to be a big deal threat that they're supposed to be afraid of for the entire series, kills all the tension. Because in my head, I'm just thinking, well, just do what you did before. You clearly already beat it. I'm not saying it wasn't a hard duel. Yeah, it's a pretty tough duel, but you pretty much show you could already beat it. See, and now from there, now we have to go on to the big duel I want to talk about, and that is Yusei versus Vizor. You see, the whole crew is now at a nice little party, and then Vizor is going up to Yusei, and he's like, the way you are now, you can never defeat Ghost. And Yusei's like, I already kicked his butt. I don't know what you're talking about. You need to learn something brand new to defeat Ghost, because you can never do it at this stage. And he's like, sure, whatever. I mean, you're not understanding. I already won. I don't need to learn anything new. You're gonna have to understand this brand new technique. Sure, whatever makes you strong. I'll just do it, whatever. So they go off and they duel, and everything is going all right. And then he's like, hey, here's a synchro monster. Okay, sure, cool, whatever. And then he's like, here's a synchro tuner. And that is a big deal. We've never seen a synchro tuner before. Not only did we see a synchro tuner, he synchro summoned during Yusei's turn. What in the world is going on? Yes, this is a legit technique. If you want to be able to dodge the Mechlord Emperor's effects to target a synchro monster and absorb them, all you have to do is make sure the synchro monsters are no longer on the field. It is an actual legit strategy. Of course, this strategy would have felt a lot better and a lot more meaningful if Yusei lost to Mechlord Emperor Vizor and he's like, oh, this is how I can beat it. He's doing this duel where he has to learn a way to beat something he already beat. Is this resonating in anybody's mind? It didn't resonate in the writer's minds, but whatever. He shows up this brand new, super powerful, level 10 XL Synchro monster. It's gonna kick Yusei's butt, but then something happens. Something incredible happens. The monster actually defeats Yusei. He actually gets beaten by Vizor. Then Yusei says, my goodness, this XL Synchro, I must learn it. It's an incredible technique. Please teach me how to use it so I can use it against the Mechlord things I already beat. And if you believe me, then you weren't paying attention to the title of this video. No, what actually happened instead is dude summons Drill Warrior, powers up Drill Warrior, and then he just attacks him directly and he wins. He attacks Vizor directly and wins. Let me just make you understand. Vizor is trying to teach him a brand new synchro summon technique. He shows it off, and in the exact same duel that he shows off this brand new technique that is supposed to help him defeat the main enemies of the series, he takes an L with it. What? Have you ever seen a shonen anime where somebody's like, I'm gonna teach you this brand new move, and then the main character just beats their butt after they show them the brand new move? No, because then why would the character want to learn the brand new move? I just beat you with it. I beat you as a lesser version of it. He beat him with Drill Warrior. Let that resonate in your mind. Drill Warrior is not a bad card at all, but if you're gonna try to sell that XL Synchro Summon is the future, this is the key, this is how you defeat the Mechlords that you already beat, I have to keep drilling that in, don't I? Why? Why do I have to keep drilling that in? It's so weird. There's so much tension. Have you seen 5Ds? There's so much tension about the Mechlords, and we've already seen that Yusei can beat a Mechlord. It's really, really weird. It's like, why couldn't they just make the Mechlord win? Then the tension would be high. We would be like, my goodness, if something has to be overcome, we need XL Synchro Summon. And granted, even the way we got XL Synchro Summon was garbage, because XL Synchro Summon lost. Vizor lost to Yusei. Was there a real reason that Yusei couldn't have lost and then understood the importance of XL Synchro Summon and how beneficial it'll be for him in the future to actually have it? It also would have set up Yusei versus Vizor Part 2 a lot better as well, because then it would have been Yusei having to fight from the bottom up again. Again, main characters fighting from the bottom is good. When your big enemy already lost to your main character, it kind of doesn't really matter much. You don't want your enemy to feel like the underdog all the time. It is so weird, and they didn't learn this lesson until the Rush era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Come at me. They planned the duels a lot better. I don't care if you don't like it. It's the truth. Fight me. So now, Yusei is like, oh cool, I want to learn this brand new thing, even though I just beat it with just my regular standard deck, you know, whatever. I didn't even use Stardust Dragon. I don't even think he used Stardust Dragon in that duel, but whatever. He didn't even use Majestic Star Dragon, that's for sure. He didn't have to even tap into some supernatural powers to beat this. He just straight up just won. And somebody say, well, Vizor took the hit directly because he used the effect to make it disappear, you know, and that's why. But if he didn't, it would have got destroyed by Drill Warrior, which had more attack points. It literally didn't matter. They showcased a brand new summon technique that they want the main character to learn. This is supposed to be a learning lesson. This is supposed to be why this summoning is so good. And then it loses. Baffling. Why would you do this? If you're ever writing your own Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic or you're trying to make up your own Yu-Gi-Oh series, learn from this. If you want somebody to learn a brand new summoning technique and they're being taught it, make them lose to it so they can understand the value of it. That makes a lot more sense. If you're gonna have this big bad monster enemy and you need it to be imposing, then don't beat it right in the beginning of the season and then act the rest of the season as if it's a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but they still can beat it. Hey, there's a Mechlord Emperor. Well, let's just send Yusei after it. Because we already know Yusei can beat it. It literally doesn't matter. These are two duels Yusei absolutely should have lost. It's unlike in part 1 where Yusei lost to an Earthbound Immortal. Why? Because it showed that the Earthbound Immortals are actually powerful. It showed that their ability to not be attacked is strong. It showed that their ability to attack directly is incredibly imposing. Now we understand why Earthbound Immortals are dangerous monsters and why you need to find ways to overcome them. But in Season 2, they were like, whatever. And that's how I feel. Whatever. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Was I too hard on this? Don't be afraid to make your main characters lose if it means that you can accelerate the plot to a better point. You want your enemies to feel strong, and you want your new power-ups to feel like they're worthwhile. Don't just beat them!